podcast. It's been a minute. I'm already going really fast because I'm super excited. Can you tell? Hi. We have special guests in the costume chamber today.
The best room.
Yes.
The best place to be.
You guys have like the most. I was listening to your podcast. This is Landon, and as in Landon Talks, and Kate, his beautiful wife, and they have a podcast together called Landon Talks with Kate, and they both have soothing, beautiful voices. And I'm people tell me I sound terrible. Why is this screechy? And all the comments on my YouTube. They're like, this lady, her voice sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard. Why is anyone letting her have a microphone? Welcome to my podcast.
The internet will just say whatever they want to say.
Yeah. They will. They'll let you know.
Let's go. This is so fun. So Landon just sold out the Punchline in Atlanta last night.
And it was so fun.
It was so fun. Your audience loves you. You are, I wrote down the word doll baby. Am I using that word right?
I'm into it, doll baby.
Doll baby. It's right. Your vibe is precious, loving, fun. You're authentic. There was these three really thin, white, blonde, rich ladies in front of me begging to get in to see the show. And I'm like,
wow.
Whoa, like you've hit a nerve. You hit a nerve. And my best friend, Laura Lee, is in love with you because she's from the South, and she was I could see her nodding with everything you said. She said, I feel seen, Amy. She goes, I feel seen, Amy. You don't know what it's like. And I'm like, it's fascinating. Okay, can we talk a little bit about pear salad?
I love to talk about pear salad.
I don't want to give away too much of your set.
Is the audience ready for pear salad? I think we should.
I don't know
love
if
to
we're ready.
talk about pear salad. It's my litmus test for the audience. Like, if the audience can handle pear salad, then I know we're safe. You know, we're in a safe spot. But let's discuss pear salad. Do you know pear salad? I mean,
I know now from last night.
Okay, so y'all can watch her face and know how most people react to pear salad. But pear salad starts with a bed of lettuce. It starts with a bed of lettuce, but it's important that you don't eat the lettuce. The lettuce is just for vibes, you know?
Yeah.
I think if somebody did eat the lettuce, it would be
It's
disturbing.
a charger plate.
It is.
Exactly.
It's a charger.
You don't eat
the
off
lettuce
the
is a charger.
Organic charger.
Exactly.
Don't eat.
The lettuce is a charger, and then there's half of a canned pear, and it's important that it's canned. If it was
A
fresh,
real
it
pear.
would turn brown.
Yeah.
And
Needs
then
that
on
sugar
top of the
syrup.
canned pear is where we lose everybody, and on top of the canned pear is mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Like
Oh,
a scoop of mayonnaise.
dollop.
It's
Yeah,
a
you lost
significant amount of mayonnaise. It's not like a spread.
I love mayonnaise.
It's like
I've
a
gotten in
dollop.
trouble for how much I love mayonnaise on this podcast.
We love mayonnaise as
I put it
well.
on oatmeal
Okay, well
with
then
tuna fish.
you're pear salad people.
You're a pear
then.
salad then.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you like
But I
mayonnaise,
don't-
you're pear
are
salad.
That
you
means you have bad taste.
I think it means I've been dieting too long, and the train has
You're
come off the
like,
tracks. Yeah, yes.
good.
Yeah.
But then on top of the mayonnaise, you put shredded cheese, and if you're feeling fancy, a maraschino cherry, and that is a pear
That's a
salad.
pear salad.
And I don't know anybody that's ever like asked for the pear salad, but the pear salad
It
is
exists.
there.
Is it like a diner item, or would your meemaw make it?
It is like a family lunch, Christmas,
A Christmas lunch.
holiday meals type things. It was every Sunday.
Every
at my
Sunday.
Family. But it's like a between the meal and dessert.
Oh, are you doing?
Food.
Are you okay? Are you
It's
doing
almost a
tiered
palate
out
cleanser,
dinners?
but in a way that you like overwhelm your palate instead of cleansing the palate. You just like
you just
throw
like-
everything at it,
You just shock it,
and then you have dessert.
and then you have
The
dessert. and you're-
mayonnaise and cheese in that is wild.
It is
Yeah.
really wild.
So my grandma would do cottage cheese with pineapple, cottage cheese with peaches.
Yeah.
That's the healthier version.
That's probably the same kind of vibe. I think it's left over from the 50s. My in-laws
It is.
at the rehearsal dinner at the country club, I saw a picture of the dinner plate. It had a canned peaches, like whole half a canned peach on there. And I was like, they're serving this at your rehearsal dinner, a canned peach and this is in Chicago. This was like the
Delicacy.
fancy north at a fancy place, but she's like, yeah, it was crazy back then.
Wow.
It's a delicacy.
A delicacy.
And you can replace the pear with a pineapple slice, or I've seen it with peaches before
Yeah.
too. So just add mayonnaise
Yeah,
to fruit,
a sweet
and you've
and a
got
savory.
a salad. You've got a salad with mayonnaise.
Sweet and the savory. Crazy. I grew up in Western New York State, near Rochester, in a small town
Beautiful
called
area.
Geneseo, New York.
Oh wow!
Yes, and I went to college in Virginia, and I was 18 years old when I first had pimento cheese. And And I started dating when I moved to college. I started dating a Southern boy so I could learn the language. That's the fastest way. I think that's what Duolingo is. It's two tongues, right? It's just to kiss the words out of each other's mouths. But when I told him I never had pimento cheese, he's like, Amy, we got to go to the store right now. And we walk into the store and I'm like, do we need to get a cart? You mean a buggy? And I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then I'm like, should we get some pop? And he's like, you mean a Coke? I'm like, where are we?
What is going on?
talking about?
Happening? It was wild. And so I had it that first night and I've never looked back. It's
Great.
amazing.
I'm
And
glad
now
that
you're
you
a
went
Southern
for it.
lady.
Now it's Southern Lady.
Southern Belle.
I told my son I hadn't had pimento cheese until I was 18 the other day, and he's like, "Oh, Mama, I'm like, I'm so sorry for your people. Should we send money? What do we do?"
Save 'em.
I do like when my southern friends that move out to like LA and they'll come back to visit. And like, what do you want to do? They're like, barbecue. We gotta go get barbecue.
Right
now.
away. Yeah, I did not have
Yeah.
barbecue
And
growing
that's the
up.
whole
I didn't have
thing.
hush puppies.
The term barbecue means something different here than it does a lot of other places. Like a lot of people will use barbecue to mean like a cookout, but it's a specific food.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
type of food, you
Yeah.
know, and people get upset when you invite them to the barbecue and it's
And it's bring
hamburgers.
your own hamburgers. Absolutely, that blew my mind too. I,
I do want
barbecue.
to ask just because I love the accent. Where are you from?
We are from Laurel, Mississippi.
There we go.
From
Yeah.
Laurel.
I like the way you
Yeah.
say long.
From Laurel, Mississippi.
You sound like my friend Laurel Lee.
Well, and I knew your friend Laura Lee was from the South because she's Laura Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
that double name is specific, not just Laura. It's Laura Lee.
She has the best accent, and we met Billy Bob Thornton together, and she goes, "Billy Bob," and she's like, "I just love you," and Billy Bob loved her back, and he's like, "You look like a Cammy Diaz, his older sister," and I was like, "I don't know what to say to the celebrity. I'm so nervous," and she was so charming. It's a charming accent, and accents are going away.
They really
are.
are.
They are.
Even in our own home, we have a 12-year-old, and he is of the YouTube generation and
Yeah.
playing games and stuff. And I hear him saying things like "you guys" in the back of my head.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
not
I
our
love the idea. The two of you be like, oh no.
Alarmed. We're like,
How do we talk to him?
you know, like we're gonna have
vapors.
to
Yes, got the vapors.
are we doing our job as
Yeah.
parents?
With
Like, I
our
don't know.
chaise. Do you say chaise lounge?
Chaise lounge, all the
Chaise
things.
lounge.
Mhm.
Okay, you got a fainting sofa.
That
Yeah, painting sofa.
that accent is trying to go away, so we're trying to revive it.
I think it's so fun.
What's the truth though that you're going to be shocked by? When I started all this, I truthfully, honestly, did not think I had a Southern accent in the most sincere way.
I believe you. I believe you.
Sincerely, did not think I had a Southern accent because if you go in the woods a few miles that way, it gets like
Worse.
real
Yeah.
thick. Like the
Yeah.
accents get real thick, you know.
Yeah.
And so that was my meter for what a Southern accent was, and people were like, "No, you definitely have a Southern accent."
Yeah,
It's there.
it's a
Those-
spectrum.
The wood people are just unintelligible to anybody else.
Exactly.
And I also grew up in a place like that, whereas it's like you go a little bit in the woods.
Yeah.
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 I had my car. I had a Saab, which is not the car you bring to the rural Virginia for college. No parts. It was the 90s, and I dropped it off. It was always breaking down. I dropped it off to get fixed, and I tried to call the mechanic to find out if he could fix it, and all I heard like he sounds like a banjo. I panicked and I yelled like down the hall at my car, like it was a landline because it was 1,000 years ago, the late 1900s, and I'm like, does anyone here speak banjo? I don't know what he's saying. And then the car broke down again, and this is a wild night, y'all. We called I had a AAA. My parents just bought the AAA. I've ridden in every pickup truck, every tow truck on the Eastern Seaboard. And the guy's like, he brought his wife, and he's like, there's a truck show at the Lehigh truck station. They have free barbecue and a country music band. You want to go? And my boyfriend and I said, hell yes. And we went, and then it was so fun. Barbecue. I learned about vinegar sauce. That was it was a
very
really
serious.
wild for freshman year.
I mean, you got thrown into it, really. You got thrown into it, not toe dipped. You went straight in.
Right? And then he towed the truck to his fix-it shop. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. It's a dirt floor fix-it shop.
Yeah.
And there is a small person running around looking in buckets for the part to fix my car. And it's attached to it is the wife's antiques
Yes.
selling space
Yeah.
with
I feel like I've
Confederate
been there.
Confederate
So fun.
playing like board games, everything covered in dust. No one's shopping there. And so I sat with her and talked to her for a while they tried to find the part in the bucket. and that's like a fever dream. Like
You might-
I'm like, did that really
Yeah.
happen?
You might could have gotten some good boiled peanuts from there. It
I might have
sounds like
coulda
there could have been
some boiled
there.
peanuts.
Have you had boiled peanuts yet?
I think I tried to. Yes, I have. It was delicious. Yes.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Great.
Great.
Okay, you're the first person
Yeah.
that has said that. Normally, people who try boiled peanuts don't like them. They like really don't have the context for them.
Well, you can't. You're not supposed to eat the house
Not
it's
supposed to eat
in,
the hill-
which
the-
I also
the
did.
whole-
I ate the house of the edamame in Japan, and I had to
Similar
spit it out the window.
experiences. Yeah, similar
I'm a fancy
experiences.
restaurant. You're supposed to. I was a fancy restaurant. I thought they wouldn't want us to use our hands to take the edamame out.
Right,
I'm like,
that
they
makes
must
sense.
have done. They must have poached it.
Those context clues, you know?
Right. So yeah, you can be fancy and not fancy
For
at the
anyone that
same
hasn't
time.
had boiled peanuts, you gotta get them off of a weird stand on the side of a road.
side of the road, man.
Or like a gas station. You wonder if you're gonna get shot at.
Yeah.
And if the sign is spelled wrong,
Oh,
they're
why
bad.
wouldn't
Ooh.
know?
If it's like instead of
backwards
BOILED
Yeah.
peanuts, if it's BOIL or BOLL
Yeah.
P-NUTZ, those are the,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Well,
you need to
that's
stop
one.
there.
They're
That's
doing
gonna be a
sass
great
in there
spot.
on purpose. Yeah. So you guys have the sweetest story. You've been knowing each other since third grade.
Second grade.
Second
even,
grade.
We met at a gifted school in Laurel. They shipped all the gifted kids from the county schools to one abandoned school campus. It was literally an abandoned school campus, and they let us go there once a week. And I remember her being little, and I was very small, and I was like, her.
Oh,
And she doesn't remember me, but
Yes, I do. I remember you.
but yeah, friends always. I was never eligible to be the boyfriend or dating all through high school and most of college. But then I grew my hair out and covered my ears up, and was suddenly
You
was
had a
suddenly
glow up.
available.
You had a glow up, darling.
You're just a lot cooler now.
That's maybe. Did he find himself?
He did.
Yeah.
He grew.
Did you? Okay, so you have blown up on the internet. Yeah. And it's very authentic. It feels like you're not. This is you. You're telling your stories, and does that give you more confidence to be like yourself?
It
Fully?
does. I kind of am aloof enough and like ADHD enough to where I only know how to be this. So it's
It wasn't a choice. Yeah.
it's never been a choice for me.
Yeah, you weren't masking.
Only know
I
how to
think
be
is the
this
word
person.
people-
So
yeah.
it was important to me when I started doing this to make sure that it was authentic, so that I wasn't putting on, so that I could like come on podcasts and not have to put on a character. I could like do whatever and just be the person.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did that because
Yeah.
it would be really hard if you had to put on a
All right.
face.
I have a lot of voices in my head, so sometimes it's like, oh, perimenopause Amy's coming out. She's gonna yell a lot, but
All your voices are pretty similar.
Yeah, you
Are
can
they?
be multifaceted for
Yeah.
sure,
Oh,
but I think it
gosh.
was important for it to be authentically me in the beginning. That was important.
that
to
was
us.
smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like as people. I'm finding the people who relate to my comedy. I'm like, I knew that was funny, like it feels
Yes.
like a little bit of a pat on the back, especially because I have teenage boys.
Right.
That does.
And that's not good for anyone's self-esteem is to
No,
have a
it's not.
teenager.
It's not.
telling
We're
you.
moving into teenager world.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
just started middle school,
Yeah.
and
Just
he
turned 12.
He got in the car the day after middle school as a fully middle school attitude
It
student.
came in.
Mm-hmm.
He might have been
he's
tired.
changed.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. He used to like get in the car so excited and happy to see us, and we see him being excited with his friends on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But then he gets in the car and it's like,
Yeah, you gotta wait like
You.
you got like 7 years till he wants to talk to you again.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. I think my older son who's at college, who just left today. He went back. He was only home for 2 weeks. And
Yeah, so if y'all want to move in, Amy's.
I know.
Done.
Okay,
My,
don't even. Don't tempt me.
I've already cried because his a plant that he had since he was in 7th grade died, and I had to throw it in the garbage this morning. And he left, and I was just
That's
I
too
called my
much.
husband crying. I'm like, and the plant's gone, and the children grow older. We're gonna be alone.
devastating.
That
It's
was
devastating.
it doesn't. I mean,
They shouldn't do that to us.
Enjoy
And
it.
now our phones do that thing where they show you pictures
Pictures.
from when they were
Oh,
babies.
Gut
yeah.
punch.
And you're like, you're like,
I did not ask for this right now.
I was just having a Tuesday.
yeah.
You know, I'm devastated.
I'm devastated.
This whole thing.
Gut punch. Yeah.
whole thing.
It's parental whiplash.
It is. Yes,
Yes.
that's a great term for it. Oh, great. You need to trademark that.
It's in
That's
my
good.
book I'm writing.
Excellent.
You've written 2 books.
written 2
Talk about your
books.
books. How did you get them published? How did you get it
Just
done with your
bizarre.
ADHD?
Well,
How much tea do you have to drink to
okay,
get her stuff?
so here's the catch.
I don't know if you saw her face unless she was like,
Here's the catch.
yeah.
So we taught in public school for I taught almost a decade. She was almost 15 years, and she has her specialist degree. She's almost got her doctorate in education, so she knows what she's doing. And what she was doing in our school was accommodating special education students, and they were high performing, like autism and ADHD type of students.
Yeah.
So when it came time to write a book
You married your
that I had
counselor.
no skill in doing, I had built-in accommodations. So
Did you-
Like,
she kind of
perfect.
tricked me into writing the book
Piece
every
it
day.
out for
like,
him every day. Like you're gonna just do 50. You start a timer and stick it on his desk. Like just do 30 minutes.
Pretty much.
She'd be like, just write a little bit right now. Just write it down really quick. You
I'm
know.
like, while you're thinking about it, just sit down and write as much as you can.
That's brilliant.
And so she just
Can
like
I hire you?
she's good at it. She's really good at it. She's great at it. And so it got done. That was really hard for me though. I barely made it through. Like I crawled out of undergraduate of college. It was I shouldn't have been in school. I barely made it out of school. And I'd never done any project like that. Like I didn't do a master's degree. I've never done like large written projects. I've never had the capacity to do it. So it was really intimidating to have to write 52,000 words for a book, and they make you write all the words. Also, the first manuscript I turned in was like just the vibe. And they were like, no, you have to write the book. And I was like, oh,
We
okay.
needed the book.
How do you write out? Do you have to like sound out the Southern pronunciation of
Yes.
the words?
And that was the whole thing. None of my editors were Southern. They all were from not the South, even from like South Korea and London. So the first,
my
when I actually did write the manuscript the second time, I turned it in and got it back, and it was just like solid red. They were like, what are you talking about? Like, what is this? So it turned into a totally different book. It got like footnotes and endnotes on each page. It turned like really academic and cross references because I had to explain all these things to the editors. So it turned into a whole different thing than it was going to be. Like, and now there's like really academic, like endnotes at the bottom of every page. and
Explaining what
footnotes.
things are,
It's
like the
very
Southern
fun.
things.
It turned into a whole different thing because
A
of
covered
that.
dish.
That was very fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
We
And the
didn't
second
realize,
book is a poem.
Yeah, we didn't realize how many people, like how many things are in the South that people don't know about.
No idea about it.
It's a completely different culture.
It really is.
It
There were
really
so
is.
many things in the book he didn't think he would have to explain that he ended up having to.
Even to my literary agent, I was talking to her about this dilemma. I was like, I'm having to translate everything. And then I was telling a story of the first paycheck I made on social media. I went to my parents' house and I was talking to my mom, and she has no idea what I'm talking about with social media, like none at all. She was like doing something in her whatever she's writing, and she didn't even look up at me. And I was like, Mom, I made like $1,500 from Bush's baked beans. And she didn't look up, and all she said was like, well, I sure hope you're tithing on that, which is like such a Southern lady thing to say.
Does that mean giving 10% to the
Exactly,
church?
and here we are, yes.
Okay.
And the story was like to exhibit that people didn't know what and she didn't know what it was. And I was like, okay, so I must not understand. Wow, all right, I've got to back up a little bit more. We've got to like really explain some things. So it's been a fascinating journey. And I learn something new every day that we say that people don't everywhere else.
So the Southern accent is supposed to be a British accent, slowed down.
that.
So people from my husband's people. Are you chilly? You good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. My husband's people are from live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and there's like this like genteel North Carolina.
There is.
And they
do
say
their R's
happy
different.
Christmas instead
wow.
of Merry Christmas. And they say Happy Christmas
Wow.
in the UK.
I love to know that.
Pow, 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 pow.
I love that kind of stuff.
Ding.
That was beautiful. A beautiful ding, though, at the end of that.
might have to
Really,
start
really
using that.
showing
Really
off
nice.
the weight of your ring there.
Jazz hands. It was my rainbow,
Okay,
sparkly
Ooh,
body.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
No, I love the linguistics of it all. I think that's so much fun. All the different things that we say.
Yeah.
I get tired of saying the same words over and over again, especially to my children, like put on your shoes, get in the car. And so I start saying them in Spanish or
You know,
Italian.
that's a good approach. We might
Right?
have to start doing that.
But it'd be fun. It'd be fun to have like old timey sayings. I started talking as a British lady to see if that
Nice.
would
That's
help
fun.
move
Nice.
things along.
Did it?
No. The other
I don't know if there's a
Yeah.
real way to move teenagers
No.
along, even with urgency.
I mean, you might be able to with the timer, Kate, and the
We
tricks,
could probably
the
come up.
ADHD tricks.
Yeah, we could come up
She's
with
got so
some
many good
strategies
tricks.
for sure.
So many tricks that I don't even know the tricks that she pulled on me
Don't tell
to
'em.
make this happen.
Earmuffs.
I know.
They might be working right now.
Keep it a mystery. Unless you have to use them on your children, then you have to learn how to do them.
Right.
Do you know about Pavlov's dog?
Actually, yes. We actually were talking about that last week because every time we move in a certain way, our dog thinks it's time to go outside, and we've like Pavloved him to bully us to go outside.
I'm sure she's Pavloved you.
And yes, I'm very Pavloved.
Please stop telling my secrets.
And she's like, hey, producer.
Moving on.
Show's over. We're trying to get a third book done. So.
Right. I know, right? You have a new book. So what's the title of your first book?
First book is Bless Your Heart, A Field Guide to All Things Southern, and it's exactly that. It's just a very fun compilation of all the things I know about the South, as much as I could get on the pages in 52,000 words. And
Is it on Audible?
It is on Audible, and I read it, and that was very fun.
Oh, you have to. It has to be your
loved reading the
voice.
book. That was very fun. I would love to read. If anybody's listening, I want to read your book on Audible also. And then the second book, and I feel like I scammed them with this, y'all. The second book was a poem that was in the first book. Like I wrote a poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas, y'all," which is exactly what you think it would be. But turns out you own the words when you write the book. They don't own the words, so they had to buy the words again for the second book, which feels just like Anna Delvey, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my God.
inventing Anna over here, like I don't know. But yeah, so that comes out in September, and that's exciting. And then we're in the works for the next few literary projects. We'll see.
Are you selling, like, are you making,
next.
because I have a lot of friends who write books, but they self-publish. They don't actually make money on them. Are you actually making money on your
I'm
books?
making money
let's be
off of them.
crass.
Actually, like a month after I blew up on the internet, I had all 4 of the top publishers in my inbox, and not bragging, that was like really overwhelming. I had no idea what I was
Wow.
doing. And so I understand this is like a strange way to approach publishing, and it's not regular, but I'm very fortunate that our town is an HGTV town. We have a TV show in our town called Hometown, and I'm friends with Aaron and Ben Napier. They're the hosts of the show. And when I first blew up like this and they were in my inbox, I was like, Aaron, help, because she had published books before. I was like, help, I don't know what to do. I would never know how to choose between all this. So she got me her literary agent, and I signed with her, and then she's navigated it so
that's
well,
good.
and it's been just such a blessing, such a journey. So I love the book world right now. They're really good. They're really good to
they're
me.
sending money.
They're being really good to me. I'm
That's
really grateful.
fantastic. Are they shipping them? Like, do all the shipping and everything for you?
They do all of it.
Have you gone to like a bookstore and been like done a reading?
Yes, we did a whole book tour. We went all over the U.S. with the book tour, and that was so much fun. But the funnest, and that was planned though, like the publisher's plan where you're going to go, right? So you know they're expecting you. I know the book's going to be there. That was fun, but it, pretty understandable. The funnest thing is when I go to a bookstore that I don't know has my book, and they do have the book, and that's like
surprise.
so exciting. It's
That's
just
fun.
really exciting.
Has it been in the airport yet?
It has not been in the airport
That's
yet.
kind of a fantasy I have.
I feel like the airport my book is so regional. I think that might be one of the holdups from
Okay.
it. But the airport books are the top 10 New York Times bestsellers in those J.M. Hudson stores. They're like a specific part of the New York Times bestseller list.
When
so
you
can't just like get
when
your
you
book.
go to a bookstore and it's there, do you just kind of stand next to it and just kind of like look at it?
and I'm just like, how strange.
Well, I just meant to try to get people to check it out. You're like, what about this one?
Is there face on the front?
It is, and a really weird thing that's happened, because I get recognized from social media a lot, but we were at the beach, and they had a cute little bookstore in Seaside in this town that we were in, and somebody was like, are you the guy that wrote Bless Your Heart? Because there's a cartoon version of me on the picture, and she recognized me from that instead of
Nice.
social media, and I was like, wow,
an
what a
author.
strange thing. But I
Yeah.
am on the front of the book, but it was a hilarious conversation because the book is Bless Your Heart, and I was too big, and I had on like a plain shirt, and the feedback was like, is this a religious text? They're like, is
You
this
look
a
like a
devotional?
Mormon.
It looked like Jesus. Like I look like Jesus
Oh, yeah, 'cause
there
your
on the
hair,
front
yes.
of the page.
Oh, I see it now.
So they had to like shrink me and put me in a seersucker suit, so it was like not Jesus.
More there ain't nothing more southern than a seersucker
I mean,
suit.
you know,
I
you
love
know.
it. I love a light suit. I love a seersucker.
That's
I
so
love
funny.
I love
a
a
croquet
seersucker.
mallet.
Yes.
I love a straw hat.
I love
love
all
a
that.
mint julep.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's get some jam on a
The
biscuit.
decadence of it all, like I love that.
I have fantasies of dressing as a character, but it's like just myself, and we have a party. So we should do like a seersucker party.
Oh, for
That
sure.
sounds fun.
You are like my type of person.
I also like how you say I have a fantasy, as if you don't throw themed parties already.
Who, me?
She'll throw like Broadway musical sing-alongs.
I'm looking at your themed party
And-
closet
and
right now.
Yeah.
the last one I brought my girlfriend to, and I like
She was
Broadway,
great.
but I don't like singing and stuff. And so she would like come sit with me, and they're like, I'm just checking in. She goes, oh, what? Well, they're about to do this song. Well, I want to hang out with you. I was like, just go. Like, I'm not here because I'm trying to make you not sing. I brought you. And,
watching.
and she'd be like, okay, I'll be right back. Yeah.
That's interesting. I love that you love Broadway in our comedian, because we love theater and singing. We actually, what we were known for in our area and all across Mississippi before all this was we were wedding singers growing up from like
really?
8th grade.
Oh my!
on.
From
We sang
8th
in
grade on, you had like
everybody's
13
wedding.
lives.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did too much.
You were a
It's
nurse
that
too,
ADHD.
right?
I didn't pass nursing school.
You did, okay. You
I
dipped
went
a
to
toe in
nursing
nursing.
school.
An attempted
And
nurse.
then I just was an emergency room tech and like ICU tech after that for a little while, but not a licensed nurse.
Did you guys sing together at the weddings?
We did.
The two of you in harmony?
We did.
We sang in Italian. We sang in all sorts of.
Va bene.
Oh yeah.
So many
Oh,
things.
this is exciting.
What's
Is that
what's one of your favorite duets?
were you guys in love then, or did it like the singing make you fall in love?
I mean, I've always been in love, but I didn't know it was like a
Oh.
possibility, you know? So.
Yeah, the
I
slow
don't
burn.
know. I don't know if it was the singing. It certainly helps to have shared experiences.
Was it hard to transition from friendship into?
She had to stop being like very bossy.
Yeah, that was one thing.
Oh.
Because when somebody's we
I've-
were like
I've
best
been
friends.
her minion for most of our life, you know, like that was the relationship.
And I didn't worry about like how he felt about it. Like,
Yeah.
go get me a cheeseburger.
then
We
we
started dating, and he brought
She
these
was
things called
like-
I'm like,
feelings.
I have
One
to
day she was like
actually,
in crisis on her
listen?
face.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm gonna have to be nice to you. And I was like,
Oh my God, Dad! Did you tell him to grow his hair out? You're ready for the transition,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah.
She did. She actually bullied me about it so hard because I buzzed my head, and it was not a good look. I've got this widow's peak. It was really not. It was not the thing. And she made sure, like every day, to be like, "You look so bad."
like a real friend.
I thought you were about to say like when you were growing your hair out, she was like supporting that, but no,
No.
the other she was like,
She
hey,
was
by
like-
the way,
Like,
I just
don't.
want you to know.
just
Not
checking
positive
in.
reinforcement.
You
Should've
look
never
so
done
dumb.
Hope you ate breakfast, and also, wow, this is a
I'm
bad.
gonna
It's
remind
bad.
you later as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I think that's called public shaming.
She just comes up to you with a
It's
Sharpie and just starts marking your bad
She
areas.
really basically did.
She-
Yes.
Oh my gosh, like the fraternity boys
No, I'm
and the
sorry.
girls.
She made a cartoon out of me that was like
Look
grossly
at him
exaggerated.
now. Look at him now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on.
she's a good boss lady. Yeah.
Well, that's why she couldn't start dating you first. She was like, I got to do a lot of work.
She had a
There's
lot of
so much.
repair and fixing.
Well, you're
to
from
do.
an HGTV town, so it's about the tear
The
down and the
glow up.
rebuild.
Exactly.
That is right.
Do you pick out his
Renovation.
clothes? How far does this go?
No, I don't do that.
Well, you do buy the clothes. Like you will be like, you bought these things.
Okay.
And
I
showed them
guess
to
yes,
me.
I do.
She pre-picks
I didn't
them
even
out.
You
realize.
were dressing your husband.
She gives him the
God.
selection and then lets him have the illusion of choice.
The whole thing is like that. It's exactly that. My entire career in existence is an illusion of choice that I've thought I've
Yeah.
made these choices, but it really was hers.
She's
this
a
whole
Houdini
time.
lady.
It's working.
Yeah, when she
Yeah.
stopped bossing you around, she had. Is that right when you graduated with your degree and how
Yeah.
to secretly
Yes.
boss
Yeah.
people around?
Yes.
Subterfuge.
Yeah, every time he hears the ding of a bell, he remembers I can't shave my head.
Right.
Yeah.
He goes and washes his hair.
He's like, oh, yeah, I gotta get a condition. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's the ding.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't shave the head.
That's it.
Okay, I made some notes from your show last night. I already said you
I had
sold
such
out.
a good time at that show last night. It was
was
so
great.
fun. I
It
love
was-
the punchline. I
That's
love
such a great
the
venue.
I love the smaller venues like that. It's so intimate and so fun. It's really.
Oh,
I
have you been
love
doing
that.
big venues? Go,
I've
girl.
done some bigger venues, but it's not this. I like the smaller ones better than a giant auditorium. You're so disconnected
From the
when
audience.
You're on the stage, like up on a stage, and there's balconies. I don't know. I mean,
My-
I love a large audience, but I love the small ones. It's so fun.
My takeaway was I just saw a lot of people nodding their heads, they felt seen.
Yes.
This is how, and I did not even grow up in Laurel, Mississippi. I grew up in a small town. I remember when we got another stop sign, and my grandma never stopped there.
She was like,
Not
I don't
once.
acknowledge
It
this.
doesn't exist.
50 years later.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so I could relate. I mean, not the pear salad, but I could relate on other things like the names of grandparents.
I love that.
Right? There's Meemaws and Gigi's and everything. I call my grandfather. I called him Bubba.
Okay, so
That's
are we
great.
saying
Yeah.
now the grandparent names are not just the South? They're just
So,
rural, like they're
it
just small
could-
town.
Right? It could be rural.
I like that.
That's interesting.
I've also heard it be waspy to have.
Okay, and we live in a very waspy culture.
Yeah, to have like crazy names. Okay, I gotta tell a cool story. So I was gonna let my children decide because let's decide what they call their grandmas. I called my grandfather Bubba. I was the first grandchild, so he was a Bubba. And then for my father, we're talking to him on the phone, and I said to my son, who was like just starting to speak, I said, "Say goodbye to Grandpa," and he said, "Bye, Bubba." And he hadn't heard it. So I
Nice.
feel like my
That's
my
great.
grandfather was
Yeah.
from the other side.
That's
like,
cool.
That's so
Wow. How ironic. That's so neat.
Yeah.
That's
love
really
that.
great.
spiritual
Beautiful.
stuff.
That's neat.
Those kids just always keeping us on our toes.
I know. I think that's back when like people think when they're younger too, the veil is thinner and they
Yeah.
can communicate better.
Oh yeah.
With the other, do you guys have any ghost stories?
There's so many ghost stories in the South. The South is haunted. That is like what it is. We are living amongst the ghosts. I feel like.
I have a quick question. This happened to me recently when I went home. We're driving home from the airport, and at every intersection, my parents are like, so-and-so died there 40 years ago, and the tractor fell over on him. And like the next intersection, so-and-so's son got hit by a deer here.
Correct.
It was it was so gothic, and it was like, okay, Wednesday Addams. Like
there is like a gothic undertone to life here and in small towns, I guess. Like there's a large morbid
kind of
portion
macabre.
of it. Like my grandmother the other day. So, okay. I got distracted for a second. The way I make my videos is I have this long list that we've kept up with, and it's just things that I hear. I don't even have to like work for it. It comes to me, like it will come in my house. People will say things that are just like outrageous. But the morbidity thing, my grandmother came in our house one day and I was like, "How are you doing?" And she said, "Well, I'd have to feel better to die." Write that down. Hold on. But the morbid thing is such a thing. There's such a morbid undertone to one foot in the grave in the South. I don't know why.
I wonder too, like if in a small town, you know everybody. So when someone
That's
dies,
probably it. I bet
you know,
that's it. Exactly.
You know their family. You went to high school with the brother.
Right.
You kissed the cousin.
You're probably on the funeral committee at church.
Probably on the
Getting
funeral.
the food together for the bereavement.
I have a joke like
You have to tell them about the bereavement basket.
So my grandfather just passed away.
I'm sorry.
Which is very sad. But in that whole process at the church afterwards, the ladies were talking about their committee, and the funeral committee got all of this together, and so-and-so brought her raisin salad like she always does. The bereavement basket committee, they are a
Subcommittee of the funeral
subcommittee.
food committee.
they are organized.
And they have some like oppositions with each other.
And the bereavement basket committee takes baskets of like goods you would need in the week, like paper towels and toilet paper, that kind of stuff. The funeral food committee is focused on the food.
Yeah.
It's
And
highly
sometimes they
contested.
try to
and-
like get
Easy
in
to
each other's
freeze
business.
things.
and who's in charge here, you know? That kind of
Right?
a thing.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Wild.
We liked that.
When I went to get I got married in the same small town, my parents in the same church, same weekend. But 25 years later or whatever. And I went to go get my marriage license, and the lady, she's like, the court lady, county court.
One of those.
Blah, blah, blah.
I would never know.
She's like,
Carol.
"Oh, I'm actually your cousin." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm sorry to invite you to the wedding." And she's like, "Sweetheart, if you invited everyone to your wedding that you're related to, there's going to be no one left over to
No,
work
literally.
work the reception."
That is such a thing. And now everywhere I do shows, new cousins show up. They're like, "I'm your cousin." And they really are usually like, not that they actually are.
Right.
And then for our wedding, because everybody comes to the weddings and we have large families in this one town where we're generations deep. So we had it at like 8:00 at night, thinking that the older people would not come, but they all came.
Oh, they all came.
They all
Yeah, they
came.
came.
So
Probably
it was
danced.
still packed. But
I have a friend. They just put an ad in the paper. They're like, "We're getting married. You know if you should be here." or
hey,
not."
that's
That
the way to do it.
See, that's the way to do it.
I like that.
Right? And she said there's only a couple
Wow.
people. They're like, really? Okay. But the rest of them,
Genius.
No, I like that.
And then they also had a thing where they said couldn't afford the flowers. So they're like, can you just bring flowers? And she said there was all the garden Southern ladies brought the flowers from
That's
their gardens, and it was just the most
beautiful.
beautiful flowers she'd ever seen.
That's a beautiful
honestly,
idea.
Yeah. I love that. That's a beautiful tradition.
Yeah.
Less like the town taking your people like taking
care of you.
That's beautiful.
My parents used to have
Beautiful.
parties to build barns and fencing.
Barn
Yeah,
raisins.
barn
Barn
raising.
raising.
Yeah.
I built a barn.
Did you build a barn?
I did over the summer, of course, for summer.
That's measuring.
In a way that
Yeah,
I built
it
a
is.
barn in that me and my cousin, her dad was the civil engineer. I spoke about him last night, and he had designed this barn, and he hired us to build this barn, but he also hired some other kids, and so we watched them build the barn. You know, like we were there while they built the barn,
that you were supervising.
and I I
Witness,
nailed
you
a
were
couple
witness.
of things.
You were
But yeah, you raise a barn. You got to raise a barn.
When I was pregnant, we hired someone to paint our house, and I've never felt more productive in my life making a baby at the same time watching someone else paint my staircase.
So much is getting
I'm
done.
doing so much.
Without doing a thing. I felt so productive. There was another small town thing. I'm working on this joke, you guys. We should talk about stand-up too. I'm working on this joke where, like, okay, if you want to get anything done, stop blaming. Like, you can't, like, you don't have enough pull in the world. If you want to get something done, drive to a small town. There's gonna be a person directing traffic. That's the head of Rotary. That person is also the chief of police and
The funeral home
a
director.
contractor. Yes, yes,
true.
a contractor. That's your person. Go to that person. If he can't help you or she can't help you. My mom was the president of Rotary for a spell. They'll know who can do it.
They
They'll know
will.
who can do it. In our small
100%.
town, our funeral director would go up to people and be like, "This looks good on you. You got to keep this. Keep this. You look good in this.
He's
I'll
walking around
put
picking
you in
everybody's
this. I'll
That's
put
like
you
a
in
different
this."
kind of looking out.
That's intense.
Yeah. And then he would get hammered, order pizza, and have the delivery guy take him home.
As he should, you know.
Back in the day before Ubers.
And no one can tell him no because he's like, I'm gonna make you look dumb at your funeral.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna bury you in your worst outfit. So I'm getting in
They've
this
got
car.
that power
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, here's a question, and I hope this doesn't hurt your feelings. Did y'all check if you're related before you got married?
Okay.
Me- okay.
Funny story.
Okay, so when I was younger, I would go with my aunt to her relative's pool. And we would have such a good time. But then sometimes we couldn't go because the other cousins were at the pool. She was the other cousin.
Oh my god!
But through marriage,
Yeah.
not blood.
Okay.
Through marriage.
Let's keep it
But so
kosher.
we're
Right.
technically like,
So like my grandmother's sister's husband is
People.
his
My.
aunt's husband's brother.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's some diversity in the gene pool.
there's some
There's no
diversity in the gene pool,
blood
but
relation.
it was for a second, you know.
I
we're
bet it was
like, eh.
confusing. People decide where to sit at the wedding.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
We do share family members.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like-
we didn't let there be separate.
Yeah,
we just like
yeah,
put them
yeah.
out there.
No
like, you know.
aisle, no
Yeah.
aisle. There's a big group of people.
Yeah.
You guys walk down the sides. Yes. That way you don't have to figure out
Right.
who's
We
related
just
to
put
who.
tables out in the backyard.
That's hilarious. I had a friend, she started dating a boy, and her mom said, "Uh-oh, come with me to the hall." And they went to the family
Real
tree,
thing.
and they're
Oh.
like, ding, ding, ding,
A
ding, ding.
real
It's far
thing.
enough away. Okay, you can date him.
Unfortunately, I know a few people who like found out a little too late. They're third or fourth.
I think
you know.
we've had like 2 guests on here that found out too late.
That's a bummer.
You remember?
Too late.
You-
Sure, I remember.
yeah. You're like, yeah. I know what people. I know what people said more than
everything.
5 minutes ago.
My brain is an etch-a-sketch. Every night I shake it, everything
Same.
falls off. I wake up new.
It's a great
I
way to
have
describe that.
I'll show you my bedroom after this. It's just all cardstock notes taped to the walls. Like, don't forget your medicine. Put on your sunscreen. I need a
It is. There's so many alarms on my phone for things throughout the day.
right? Yeah, because you'll be hyper focused, and then oops, I forgot to go to the airport.
You have to pick up your child from school.
Yes.
You gotta be there.
Right.
We tell them to start saying y'all, and then you pick them up.
Yeah.
I have a question about your town. I grew up at the bar. My father took me to the Palace Lounge for my kindergarten Father's Day card. I said, I love my father because he takes me to the Palace Lounge. And luckily, the kindergarten teacher had gone to high school with my father. So
Oh, yeah.
she's like, oh, Carl's a good egg. She's not drinking. Do you have that in your town, or is it because it's the South? Like the bar is the no.
It is changing drastically. When we grew up, as we grew up, our Jones County was dry. It was a dry county, so there was not
Oh.
anything like that. There was like a
Just weed.
No, not even.
Teasing. I was like, California dry.
Yeah, it was just like dry. Now it's changed, and even now you can walk around on the streets with a beer
alcohol.
or with a cup. You know,
That's good for
That's the
tourism.
whole- that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You still can't
So-
buy liquor in some places. Though.
Yeah, and not on Sundays.
Not past 8 o'clock.
But yeah, so attitudes are changing about that. There is like a brewery type situation that kids would go to sometimes, you know, but basically there's not like bars in Laurel. There's restaurants with bars. So if you were in the restaurant bar, it would be
Yeah, well, you
It would
could
be
get some
appropriate.
chicken wings at the Palace Lounge,
for sure.
and they also had pinball. So
for sure. Yeah,
well, yeah,
see, there you
so-
go. There you go. There you
time
go.
well spent.
So we
Yes.
definitely didn't grow up in a bar. My parents are extremely religious.
Same.
And
Okay.
we're
Is
not
it
taking us to
Baptist?
yes, Baptist. So no drinking for them, and no bars. But there wasn't really anywhere for them to do that.
No.
There's like the grill on Highway 84, but it's for motorcycle gangs.
Oh,
So
Oh, yeah,
racy.
y'all are deep down in Alabama.
Oh, you're looking it up.
I did get in trouble one time though for being in the parking lot of the liquor store by my dad as he drove by. He saw me there, and I had to go home.
Oh no! Did you buy? Were you buying alcohol? Did
I
you
was actually
Did you
buying
have a
alcohol,
rum
but
Springer?
I told him I was not buying alcohol.
Did you do smoking though? Everyone has smoking. That's surprised me when I went to college in Virginia. The smoking section, we had a smoking section in our cafeteria. It was bigger than the non-smoking section, and it was divided by smoking section is tile, non-smoking.
There's no barrier between. We're sharing the same air. They're just over there.
Everyone's having a cigarette at lunch instead of a dessert. Kind of
Very
their
much.
weight
That was like
down.
every restaurant.
Very much.
For a while.
Cigarettes used to be so fun, y'all. Now they're not. It's not.
Did you guys
not as
smoke?
fun. Like in college, it was fun to have like a cigarette in the
dabbled
cold. You
here
know,
and
like
there.
that was fun. But now it's just not a.
Have you tried
that much more.
bourbon to keep you warm in the cold?
That's a thing to try as well.
That is.
Okay. I have some more questions. I wrote notes when I was in the dark.
In the
too.
dark, it was dark in there.
It was
also, I'm
dark in
impressed.
there. Okay, so my husband went. This is also a bit I do, but I need to share it with you. My husband, he has. You keep talking about bacon fat. Bacon's in everything here. I have a friend I play tennis with, and she's like, "Hey, mate, you gotta come see my pork fat." And like she pulled it out of her freezer, and it's like wrapped in all this cellophane. And she's like, "Look at this! I got it from my
Proud
parents'
of
farm." Yeah, and I was like, "Okie dokie." But my husband has heart disease, and so he went vegan. In Georgia, the joke is he almost died. Like you can't do that here. All the
They
vegetables,
starve.
Hard.
all the vegetables have pork in them, like the collard greens, the green beans, the Brussels sprouts.
Even
Like
if
I
you
had
don't
a
see the
everywhere.
physical pork, they were cooked in
taste
it at,
it, yeah.
at minimum.
Right? And I said, I had a baby in the South, y'all. It came out bacon wrapped. Like, that's right. And I love bacon, but I wonder, like, is there this heart attack city in your
Very much.
in your town?
Even in my own family, like everybody's had heart attacks, pretty much.
Oh,
My dad,
had
my
your test?
grandparents. My grandfather had a heart transplant. Even
Oh my
in
gosh,
Mississippi,
from a
so-
pig?
It was from a person, but they did do them from pigs first
Right?
in
I
Mississippi.
know. They gotta
even.
just go right to the animal that is trying to kill you,
Right.
and take its heart.
That is irony.
And the first successful heart transplant happened in Mississippi. So we're not only
really?
being the heart patients, we're also like,
Maybe the person had eaten so
Figuring
much
it out.
pork products, it didn't. The body's like, that's part of me now, and it didn't try to attack.
a
I'm
pig
whole
heart
immune
would work in here.
system.
Yeah, I like the idea that was the first successful place because people were just like from outside of Mississippi. Obviously, no one in Mississippi had this thought. They're like, "Well, what if you ate less pork?" And then like, "Get that man out of here."
No, we were like,
"We need some free thinkers now."
clearly we
Save
have
the
to
pig
replace
heart.
the
Yeah.
entire heart. Like,
That's
cannot change
outrageous.
the diet.
What about if we take a heart out, keep someone alive long enough, and then put a heart in?
Exactly.
You're like, you could change your diet. You're like,
no.
They're like, you could just not eat bacon.
Yeah.
You're like, no. I
That's
can't.
crazy. I didn't know you did. I didn't know you could hate crime me like
Exactly.
Get out of my face.
Could you, if you had to, stop eating pork products?
Yeah, we could. I mean,
I could. Yeah, I could.
we could. I don't have very much self-control with
Yeah.
stuff, but
That's the ADHD.
very much. That impulse control just gets me every time. But we could. We're trying to be healthier as we get older. We're like trying to do better about it.
Yeah.
It's just tastes so much better.
It just tastes so
Mm-hmm.
good.
I know.
It's just so
It
much better
rounds it out,
tasting.
the fat and the salt. You have a big bit about talking about the beauty shop
I love the beauty shop.
in a small town. Would people go and hang out? Women would go hang out and dish.
They do, and it's all under the guise of that we're supposed to be there because we're getting they would get their hair set, like they would get it like rolled and set, and it was set for the week. They
For
would
the
like
week.
wrap it in a scarf after that, and so that moment was really just such a fun time, and it was weekly, so it's like something that's in the background of your life, really, like you really get to know that place. And I grew up in that beauty shop. I feel like I
Right?
really paid
How old
attention
are
to them.
you?
I'm 37.
37. So how
I
old
recently found out I was not 38. I thought
I never
I've
knew
been
it.
saying I was 38 for the whole year.
I did the same thing. This is the ADHD jamboree over here. I did the same thing. But my grandmother did that. My mom didn't, but she was like a feminist and she was a lawyer. She was too busy to go get her hair set. So your mom was getting her hair set.
Well, not my mom, my
Grandma.
grandmother.
Okay.
I would be with
So
them.
that's
My
the
mom
same
would like go with
generation.
them. My mom goes to this. They go to the salon, like the younger generation of people goes to the salon. But the beauty shop was where it was at for a while. It was like the place to be.
I checked with my friend Laura Lee. And so my grandma would go and do that. And then she'd wear a big swim cap and she had a pool. And as she got older, she would swim naked with
Good for
her
her.
set hair and her cap. And she'd swim naked every morning and every night.
The hair's covered, not
Hair's
the body.
covered. Yeah, at least one set of hairs covered. Anyway, and Laura Lee said her mom was doing the same thing. In the South, she was going in the pool naked when she got older, and then like they would come to visit and be like, "Mom!" Like, I got a boy cousin who's still not okay. He ran in on my grandma naked.
There is some like strange. It's like the relationship to nudity is strange because it's just so like small town. I have a story about something like that. Am I allowed to say
Yeah.
that? Okay.
She already knows
We
it.
were wondering if I'm allowed to say this to people or not. So I was in a magnolia tree, as you are sometimes, with my two little cousins.
Find yourself there.
We were like in the tree doing something, and my great aunt, she was like really old. She's like in her 90s, and she came around the house, and we're up in the tree, and we should have been like, hey, you know, but we didn't. And she hiked her skirt up and peed on the ground right there underneath the tree, and I didn't know what to do about it.
She's my hero.
So we just froze in the tree and we're just silent. And then I spent like a decade not telling anybody that. And then I finally just the other day, I think I told
spilled
him,
beans.
I was like, y'all, I saw Aunt Lily pee in the yard.
She's house trained. It was in the yard.
And they're like, yeah,
That means
how they grew up. Like,
she probably wasn't wearing knickers. She probably just had a long
Just
skirt.
like
so.
I mean, underpants weren't invented until like 120 years ago. People were just free balling.
That's
They
wild.
were. And my great grandmother, in not a nude situation, is talking about dresses. She was lovely. She was like the most magical person, and she would just do everything in her dresses. She like did not respect them as like nice pieces of clothing.
Yeah.
She would be in the garden in her dresses and the dirt in her dresses. I loved that about her.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was like very not concerned.
Not
with,
gonna wear overalls.
No.
Not with your hair set.
Wearing sundresses.
You made me question my life because you got weirded out by seeing this one person pee by a tree. I've been next to numerous women in public where they're like, hold on. But that was more of a drunken situation.
I think it was just like we were like 8 or 9. We were so young and we were not prepared for that. I don't know. It was just such
That's
a
so
shock.
funny.
Such
My,
a shock.
okay, my parents used to raise Labrador retrievers, and they would be puppies, and we paper train them. And my dad said one day I ran out of my bedroom. I lifted my leg up. I peed on the paper that was for the puppies
You're like, this is what they
inside the
do. Like,
house.
this is what-
And then I ran
I'm
upstairs.
supposed to do this.
And he was laughing so hard he couldn't be like, Amy, no, like bad dog.
That's excellent.
Really good. It's funny.
I was paper trained, you know.
Yeah, trained.
I mean,
Yeah.
Trained.
We had a outdoor small town dirt road. We had above ground pools and we had a peephole, which was part of the laundry line, and we just get out of the pool and pee on the pole and then
Yeah.
get back in the pool. At least
And it
we weren't
makes so
peeing
much
in the
sense.
pool.
Well, it's of that vibe of like, don't come back inside till dark. You know, like you're out here.
Yeah.
Outside
Right.
is where you are.
You're not gonna track water into the house. That's a
Right.
mess. We had a friend put a beach sand volleyball court on his yard, and it was a farm, and all the barn cats.
yeah,
like, thank you for the litter box.
That's a huge litter box.
Wow. Yeah, for sure.
That was fun for like
Ah,
one
what a
week.
problem.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Then we're back to the people.
That is a problem.
Okay. We're going to talk about deviled eggs.
Such controversy. You can get into controversy with deviled eggs.
Okay, what kind you like? What do we?
I grew up they had them in the north. They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What-
How
but
are
you
they done
you
there?
dish on it because you have
Well, how
done
do y'all do the
Yeah, I want
It
to hear this
was-
because I feel like it's going to be wrong.
I'm
we
curious.
did Jello salad too. But
right.
it was with the paprika on the top.
Yeah,
Not the
so,
olive.
so standard deviled eggs. Awesome. Well, we do deviled eggs just like that, but I did make a mistake on the internet, and I inappropriately talked about deviled eggs, and people are still yelling at me about it right now. So I make my videos, and you see the ADHD, so I have to cut a lot out of the videos
Yeah.
to cut them down to like a minute and a half. And I was talking about deviled eggs and things you can find in deviled eggs, but I said it as if you do find these things in deviled eggs, and people got so upset because I like just listed things I've seen in deviled
Yeah,
eggs.
okay.
Shoelaces.
One of the things I've seen in deviled
Tar.
eggs
Glitter.
is crackers. People would crumble up her stepmom would crumbled up.
Ritz, right?
Well, actually, they were saltines.
Saltines?
Instead of
I
Ritz and
love
the
a
things, so I
saltine.
just,
I
like,
just
went
More
with
about
it.
the crunch than the flavor.
Right. Yeah.
So she would crumble those over it, and it was good.
It's
but
really
I
good.
said it as if you do that for
Yeah.
sure, and people got so worked up about it. It actually was really great for engagement for the video because the video took off because people were just beside
Best thing you can do
themselves.
is make people mad
The
on the
Food
internet.
sure.
Katie Lee Beagle from the Food Network called me about it, like just so disturbed. They were like
Dude.
really upset. Everybody was so upset about it.
That's it.
I'm probably
Yeah.
getting a message about
You're
it
like
right
a
now.
lightning rod for cuisine.
And people get worked up about it. They really do. You can just say the word mayonnaise or deviled eggs on the internet, and it pulls them out.
It pulls them out.
You know, some people call them angel eggs.
They do.
Because they can't say devil.
Because not the devil in this house.
God, that's so good. That's so funny.
Right. I had never had tuna noodle casserole. I love it, but I tried explaining it to my Latino friend, and he threw up in his mouth because I was like,
Oh, yeah, that would be
a
hard to-
can of cream of mushroom soup, and then tuna hot. Most people in the world
That
eat
does sound
tuna
bad.
not cooked.
It does.
It's sushi. It's tartar.
Right.
It's cocky bowls. I don't do
Yeah.
it.
I've never thought about it in that context.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true.
So,
That is probably like
my
quite
Asian and my
disturbed.
Latino friends are like, "What are you guys
They're
doing?
like, no.
White people are weird."
Yeah, that one. We will put a can of mushroom soup in something and a can of cream of chicken soup like that.
And
That's
it's
the
salt.
base.
It's salt.
Right.
So
Yeah.
much salt.
Sodium.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
salt makes everything taste better.
So weird. There's a lot of heart attacks in your family.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's so wild. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think with the diet, you know.
We had our like beauty parlor hangout in our small town is a diner.
Oh, cute. That's
And
cute.
everyone would
Yeah.
go have breakfast and coffee, and you'd see everybody. And for my grandma's birthday, the naked swimmer one, one of my dad's friends did a strip tease for her. He pretended he stood on a chair in the diner. It was like, beep, 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 beep. He tried to do a little
In the
strip.
town diner. That's great. That's what you're supposed to be doing in the diner.
Oh, again, this is the bit I was working. Oh, did I do this? Talk about like when you go to a small town. Yes, I did. Sorry. It's like everyone has 16 jobs.
Yeah.
We have one
Yeah.
friend. She's okay. She sells real estate. She sells insurance. She drives the ambulance. You call like anything, any emergency, you call her, and then she's like, "Don't like." She had a car accident, got in a car accident. She takes you to the hospital. She gets your insurance claim done with like the money you get from that. You buy
Yeah.
a new house. Like it's
Yes.
it's a one-stop shop.
That's like my dad,
We are
honestly.
currently watching the show ER, like rewatching ER from the beginning, and one of the episodes was set in Mississippi, and one of the doctors comes to Mississippi, and we were like gagged. We were like, because there was that character, like the lady who was the nurse practitioner of the town. Was the doctor also, and also was the funeral home director. She was a nun. She was like all the things, and the more they kept doing, we were like, oh no, this is so accurate.
It's a small town.
They got us. They got
Yeah.
us good.
Have y'all seen Schitt's Creek?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the character Ray on that.
it is very similar.
Very
Yeah,
similar.
very similar.
Very
I think it's kind of fun though because you have like diversity of, especially if you have ADHD, you have diversity of experiences, and then
For sure.
and then you know everybody.
so
I
much
do
fun.
miss knowing everybody. I also like with like my parents knowing everyone who's died, where, how, when. I live in Atlanta. People are dying all the time
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I could be like, yeah, 3 people were shot in this corner last week, but I'm not gonna.
It's not as whimsical.
No,
it's
it's
not as-
fun.
not as-
yeah,
not as cute.
it's kind of sad. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring it up. Golly. All right. Well, we are getting close. Yes, we've had a lovely time. Okay, we talked about. Okay, so we do stuffing in a turkey.
I love to talk about that.
Yeah, you
That's
all
fun.
do.
Okay, we do dressing.
Dressing.
Dressing versus stuffing is a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. And I'm impressed that you do stuffing because a lot of people don't anymore because they get scared of it because they don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it right, it can be like,
Well, the word on the street is you're not supposed to put it in the bird anymore. You're just supposed to make it separate and
That's
cook
what
it in
I
a
hear.
tin.
but tradition, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, because it's like the bad germs and the turkey not cooking all the way through. If it's the bird is too big and you're stuffing it too thick,
That makes
then you're making your turkey
sense.
dry, trying to get the stuffing to not give you salmonella.
Okay.
And then the turkey breast gets dry.
That makes sense.
It's a whole thing. Dressing, and it's like such a thing. But the dressing is like a top tier food.
I love it.
At
It's so
Thanksgiving.
salty.
It's like so high in the
good.
hierarchy.
Do you put peaches in it?
Like,
How
you're
what
not
are we
allowed to
doing?
do the
Are we
dressing
doing
unless you're
oysters?
really good. We don't do oyster dressing. We do cornbread dressing. It's just
Yeah.
like the cornbread. Whoever can do the cornbread, they're a great cook because they can do the cornbread, and then they eventually do the cornbread dressing. But I've had oyster dressing. I feel like that's more coastal
Right,
Mississippi,
the low country.
and low country. Yes, exactly. But yeah, dressing and stuffing is a whole thing, and you should ask people on the internet how they feel about it because they do feel about it.
Are they the same ingredients?
Similar ingredients?
think
It's
so.
similar ingredients. It's the same
Yeah.
concept. Pretty
Well,
much.
what does stovetop call it? Will you Google it, podcast producer
I think-
Joel?
I think stuffing. I'm
they call it-
interested.
I think it is just stuffing.
I think they call it stuffing.
I was like, when they said dressing, I've been to some Southern homes and they said dressing. I'm like, salad dressing, gravy. Like I was
Yeah,
trying to
it's-
make
it's
context
like-
clues.
It's stovetop stuffing. Yeah.
Okay.
And when I came
stuffing.
south, we went to like one of those places where it's a huge buffet of food in a restaurant and you're hungover because you're in college.
Yes.
And that's the first time I ever saw white gravy. What gravy?
Wow.
And I was
Okay,
like,
what did you
what
think?
is this? I was like, that looks gross because it looks like lard. It looks like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Okay, it would look like fat. That is exactly what it would look like.
I had been like everything I'd had in the South that was this, I ordered a salad. It always came with mayonnaise. I'm like, so salad means mayonnaise. And I'm like, is that hot mayonnaise on there? Tell me that's not hot mayonnaise on there.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, and y'all, I asked my dad about white gravy and I was like, do we have it in the North? Get ready, I'm going to say a swear word. He said, yeah, but we call it shit on a shingle.
Okay.
and that's like an old military term for like
I've heard
chipped
that.
beef, white dress, like white gravy,
On the biscuit?
like on a piece of toast. It's from the
jingle is the
military.
toast. Okay, all right.
So there you
Hey.
go. My culture to yours.
I love that. I'm going to use that.
We do white hots. We do like kind of lots of hot dogs where I'm from.
yeah.
It's
We love
regulars.
a hot
dog. We
White,
love
a
a
white
hot
hot. A white hot. Have you heard of a white hot? It's a
I've
white
not
hot
heard
dog.
What is that?
Oh,
It's fun.
Why
Like
is
the,
it what?
Like the
A white
meat is
hot.
white?
The meat is white.
Is
Maybe I
that
should-
bad?
It just tastes like more like a sausage. It's
Why is it white?
I don't know. That's a great question. I should ask my dad.
I'm looking into that. I'm going to look into that.
I'm looking it up.
I love a hot dog, though. We love it. We love a good hot dog.
Yeah.
My friend Laura Lee, who said her people are in the South and in like a rural area, said they'd put the turkey dinner out during the day, and then they just put kitchen towels over it for 2 days and just eat it.
Eat off of it.
Just eat off of it. No refrigeration necessary.
White dogs, like the traditional red dogs, they have food dyes and like a different flavor profile. White hots, they're uncured and unsmoked, so it's like it's like a milder
mild.
flavoring.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I will try a white hot dog.
Which sounds like
I'm gonna get you the right one.
I do love the
Ship
idea
it.
of how white that sounds, where you're like, is your hot dog too
Hot dog's
spicy?
too spicy. It's burning my little white mouth. My Caucasian mouth.
yeah.
No, do you guys do less spicy food? I can't. I start to cry
I love
now.
spicy.
Do you like
Actually,
spicy?
that's hilarious because speaking of hot dogs and spicy food, one time before we were dating or married, we were in New Orleans and I got a lucky dog off the sidewalk, as you do, and just risking it. And I put jalapenos all over it and spicy stuff all over it. I love spicy food. And then she made me give her a bite of the hot dog. I did not want to. And she made me. And then her and her friend just busted into tears crying that I would give her something so spicy. And so then I'm being yelled at on the streets of New Orleans. They're like, what did you do that?
It was late at night.
My hot dog.
He's so used to doing what you say.
Yeah, you're really good at gaslighting your husband.
I guess so,
Yeah.
y'all. I'm so sorry I'm toxic.
We should turn into a marriage counseling podcast.
No, I think this is the dynamic that works. As someone who also has ADHD and won't stop talking, I like that my girlfriend bullies me.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Like,
why we're here.
I can't-
Let's be real.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have the reins, and this is the pony.
Yeah. I'll say stuff to her, and she just gives me a look, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave the room.
All right.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
husband has the reins on me.
Yeah.
He taught me to floss twice a day. Did you know you could
Hard.
do that?
Twice
It's
a day.
wild. And then we're working now on closing cabinet doors so he doesn't stand up
That is
and
hard.
murder.
Yeah.
I
That is
accidentally
hard.
murder him because I can't close a door. There's literally doors
hard.
open in the room we're sitting in
let
right
me
now.
throw this out to you. I for like the later years I grew up in my house, I think from like middle school and on, we started to redecorate my kitchen and never finished it.
Yes.
One of the things we never did was put cabinet doors on things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And man, that is amazing. Everything's put up.
Life
but
hack.
don't
You
have to-
can see
But
it.
you don't have to be like,
can see
where's
it.
this? What do we have?
You're
what do I
like,
want?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we
fashionable.
Forget, we recently, she did the best, one of her best tricks so far is our fridge. If the drawers, things go in the drawers and then we don't ever see them again,
Yeah.
like they don't disappear. So she
Yeah.
took all the sauces from the door and put them in the
Yeah,
drawers.
I've seen that. I've seen
and
that.
now the
Genius.
fruit and stuff is in, and I've
Yeah.
never been healthy.
Yeah, you
I'm,
put
like,
the
glowing.
non-perishable stuff in those drawers that can sit forever.
And the
then
fruit in
the
the
fruit and the
door.
other things like right there. Yeah, that's what
And
me
now
and
we're
my
eating
girlfriend.
so much produce.
That's
It's
what me and my
wild.
girlfriend do.
One of the most helpful things I've heard from my TikTok, Instagram reels about ADHD is that out of sight, out of mind.
Literally.
Truth.
And I don't know if I had this. I'm very dyslexic. I don't know if I had ADHD my whole life, but perimenopause makes it. You have brain fog and you can't focus anymore, and so it's gonna come for us all. Perimenopause is coming for you.
It's lurking. It's waiting for you.
Landon, Dustin, every person in this room. And so you might be fine now. And then when we're 47 and a half, he's going
I
to be the
bet
boss.
yeah.
It's going to change
no.
Oh, Lord.
positions.
We're going to have to get some staff, some outside help.
Yes, you
Well, that's why I'm doing all this. I'm just like getting him ready.
Training me
to just,
for that.
to take over, right? Dude, awesome. All right. Well, I guess that's everything. Thank you for coming. Do your tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. You are so much fun.
So
we're
much fun.
best
Oh my
friends now. I
God,
don't know if
that's
you knew that, but now
okay.
we're friends, and we're definitely coming to your Broadway karaoke party the next time. Just tell us when.
Absolutely.
But I'm Landon Talks all over the internet, all the social media platforms. I'm Landon Talks a lot on YouTube because I got a little clever and was like, these are going to be longer videos.
Yeah, so you can
let's
monetize,
Make Landon Talks a lot.
baby.
So that's where I am. You can find us on our podcast, Landon Talks with Kate. You can get my books. They're out with Hachette everywhere everywhere books are found. And that's a fun thing. You're supposed to say that instead of like certain places.
Everywhere books are found.
Instead of like books.
How about in this dumpster behind this library? I didn't see it there.
And that's that. And we'll be starting another tour soon, and those dates will be out soon.
So go see him live.
It
was a delight.
I do have a pitch for another book for you though, and it's like contentious food recipes of just like, because I do think that'd be a really fun thing.
I think you're onto something
And
there.
that's just, like,
We're exploring it, actually.
Yeah, that's
All
a
the
really
different
good
kinds
one.
of stuffing and dressing, like
Right.
the oysters, the peaches, the cornbread, and then have someone maybe just even cut and paste from the internet what people are saying about
Well, that's
it.
what I was saying. I think you need to put the arguments for one or another in
Yeah.
there,
Sure.
because then you can find some good Sotherisms of like how people are insulting your
oysters-
food.
I think you're very right.
Oysters are an aphrodisiac. Get everybody
if you do
horny
that,
at
just
Thanksgiving.
give me a little message
I'll
in the
shout you out.
forward. Yeah. The producer that kept talking about my wife was
Credit to
gaslighting me.
Right.
right?
Contentious cookbook. That's genius.
Yeah.
It is.
Contentious food book. And then oysters is also can make people sick, so you can make everyone throw up at Thanksgiving. You're welcome. Like that's the Ozempic. Anyway,
Bring the drama. If you're going to bring something,
So
it might
many
as well be
ideas.
bring
Yeah.
drama, you know?
Yeah.
go big or go
sure.
drama. Go home. Okay, I'm going to be in Colorado doing 3 shows there with Moms Unhinged, and then Dallas Comedy Club in September, and then I'm doing a run in Savanah, Brunswick, Georgia in October, and I'm headlining in Marietta October 1st. That's in Atlanta. Everyone come see me.
At Alley Stage?
No, at Marietta at this Strand Theater.
Oh, nice.
I
That's beautiful.
recorded my special at Alley Stage.
lovely.
It's
Such
so
a cute venue.
cute. It's so cute there. Okay. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank
so
you for
much fun.
having us.
I'll put all the links to all of your books and everything in the comments. So, the whatever it's called, the text at the bottom.
The
So you
info.
can do it. All right, guys, there's a hug.
Thank
Yay.
you.
That was so fun. Okay, now you hug Kate.
Yeah.
Pass the hug.
Okay.